In this video, I'm going to show you how to pass prop firm challenges so easily it should be illegal. And why should you care about my opinion when it comes to prop firm challenges? Well, at Prosperity Algo Solutions, the company that I'm the CEO of, we've helped hundreds of people pass prop firm challenges with our algo trading solutions. I myself have been funded with hundreds of thousands of dollars as well and received many payouts, so I do know a thing or two about passing prop firm challenges. And really, the number one biggest issue that most traders have is they massively overcomplicate prop firm trading, when in reality, it should be a pretty simple thing. You only have to make 10% without hitting a 6% drawdown. So really, the secret, which we're going to talk about in this video, is the KISS method, which you might be familiar with, and it stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid. Essentially, the more straightforward and the more basic you trade a prop firm challenge, the more success you're going to have. And what exactly do I mean by that? Well, let's go over to my whiteboard here. And we can see that the first secret in terms of how to trade prop firm challenges so that you can pass super easily, essentially on autopilot, is to only take one trade per day per account. And why is this important? Most prop firm challenges have max daily losses. So if you're there, you're trading 20 different times in one challenge, or you're using something like a bot or strategy where you're averaging into positions, you're pyramiding, you're using a martingale, it makes risk management way more challenging. And all of a sudden, you might have to worry about gambling rules. You might have to worry about consistency rules. You might have to worry about equity drawdowns, and all of these other complexities which the prop firms put on you. However, what happens if you only take one trade per day? You can simply know that, okay, if I can only risk 4% per day or 3% per day, then I won't exceed that with my one trade. So let's say you risk 1% per trade, you risk 2% per trade. If you're only taking one trade per day, all of your daily risk parameters are satisfied. So a huge percentage of the prop firm's conditions are met very easily just by that one simple rule. At the same time, you don't have to worry about a whole bunch of other things in financial markets like correlated strategies or different like how certain strategies move together. And effectively, it just makes your life a lot easier because you only have to worry about one position the entire day. So this is the first secret which I have found. Don't try and trade this like a personal portfolio. If you want to diversify, trade many different prop firm challenges. However, for one challenge, you should only have one trade per day, be it manual or be it automated. This will make your life so much easier. Moving on to point number 2, this ties into point number 1 as well. You should always go with a high risk reward. Mathematically, and we've developed many calculators to prove this, it is way faster to pass prop firm challenges if you are using a high risk reward system. What I mean by this is don't go for a 1 to 10 or any of those crazy sniper entries. Go for a 1 to 2, a 1 to 3, and this will make your life way easier. One of the reasons why this is so important is prop firms often have rules which limit the amount of leverage or risk you can use. So if you used an inverted risk reward system where you were going to risk 2% to make 1%, you would probably have to use a larger lot size. Or you might also have to use additional leverage. Prop firms might not like this and might flag you for gambling. And many people get into issues with this, particularly if they're running scalpers. However, if you're using a really high risk reward system, you can simply risk 1% and maybe you'll make 3%. And this is really how you pass quickly. By going with some of these super high risk reward systems, we are able to use a relatively modest lot size to make a significant gain in the account. And mathematically, you can prove, just take my word for it, I can make another video where I break it down, that it is far faster if you go one trade per day, high risk reward, and ideally you also go pretty aggressive during the challenge phase. This is really how you pass fast. Because think about it, if you risk 2% per trade to make 4%, and you have 3 days in a row where you win, all of a sudden you've passed your challenge. This can very well happen. If you're trading certain strategies that have runs of winners, you can pass a challenge in 3 days using this approach. If you were trying to scalp and you were trying to run 500 different positions at once, just the complexity of managing that is going to make your head spin. Just do this. It's so much easier. Point number 3, full daily range. It doesn't have to be the full daily range, but the main point here is if you're using point 1, you're using point 2, then don't try and scalp. Because yes, technically with some prop firms, you could have higher leverage. You could hold a position for a shorter period of time. However, generally speaking, prop firms, particularly one steps where a lot of these edges apply, will limit your leverage. Therefore, if you want to make 1%, 2%, 3% in an account, and you can only use 1 to 5 leverage, then your lot size has to be smaller and your profit target needs to be bigger. So if you have a larger profit target and you have, generally speaking, a smaller lot size, you're probably going to have to hold that position for a longer period of time. So you're not going to try and enter within one session, unless maybe you're going for a massive move. You're going to essentially hold the position for several hours. I'm not saying you should be doing swing trading because many prop firms won't let you hold overnight. However, you can usually hold for the full day and still get some fantastic results. So here we're kind of starting to build up our strategy. We're doing 1 trade per day, we're going super high risk reward, and we're taking more of an intraday swing trading approach. Like this, easy to comply with the rules, we are able to pass fast without using a massive lot size, and number 3, we are not going to be subject to any leverage constraints because we have a very large profit target and a relatively modest lot size. So this is really the ethos behind how you pass a prop firm quickly. You're using logic, you're using a trading style which complies with the prop firm rules, and you're not confusing the crap out of yourself with all these millions and millions of trades, which makes your life so much easier. Finally, as a shameless plug, I highly recommend doing this with bots because, quite frankly, if you try and do this all manually, it is possible, but you likely can't run as many accounts. However, if you want to run 10, 20, 30 prop firm challenges simultaneously, you can do so incredibly easy using bots. You can do all of this automated for you across many challenges automatically using expert advisors. And in doing so, you eliminate emotions, you eliminate the need to have some sort of crazy trading mindset. And particularly if you're trading this style of high risk reward, full daily range, if you intervene with the position, you can totally mess up the whole thing because all of a sudden, if you close at a 1-to-1, when it would have been a 1-to-5, you essentially prevent yourself from passing the prop firm challenge. So if you use bots to eliminate the emotion and to automate it, not only can you run more challenges with way less emotion, it also makes your life so much easier. So really, to summarize all of this, if you want to pass prop firms on easy mode, and you will look back at your previous prop firm attempts like I have and think, oh my God, I was so silly. Why didn't I think of this sooner? You want to do 1 trade per day, high risk reward, full daily range, and you want to automate it. If you do this, and you trade enough prop firm challenges, you're all but guaranteed to pass. It's like statistically extremely unlikely if you do this with enough prop firm challenges that you won't pass. It's just math. You're not doing anything crazy. You're just finding a system with an edge. You're continuously starting prop firm accounts, and you're doing so in a way which complies with the rules. If you're interested in actually testing this out for yourself, I invite you to sign up for a trial of our prop firm bundle in the description below, where we give you a full portfolio of bots that do exactly this, so that you can pass prop firm challenges on easy mode in a way which is so easy that it should be illegal. Guys, I'll see you in the next video.